Right. We have to start the new topic today, which is I said that I'll be starting HTML lesson. And before we begin, I think we need to discuss a little bit about the background for the lesson. So that is basically we need to discuss what is a network. Then we need to know some brief history of this, how internet and network, how these things began. So I'll explain the flow of the lesson first. So what is network, then how this network and internet began, and then so different services of the internet, different services of the internet, as well as then we need to discuss so special terminologies like client, server, and domain name. And after that, need to discuss about these top level and country specific domain names, then IP address and all. Then I'll be discussing practical HTML part. Okay, today's lesson will be theoretical, but next day I'll be starting the practical, which is related to HTML. Let me start from the network. Right, the term network refers to two or more computers or computing devices. So these are very important terms. So what is that? Two or more, minimum two. Adumagane deka. Minimum two devices, two or more interconnected computers should be there. That is minimum. But that can be any number, right? In internet. So internet is the largest network. So there can be any number of computers or computing devices. Why I refer computing devices here? Because you know the traditional computer, it has a monitor and then CPU system. You need this keyboard, mouse. That is the traditional computer or laptop. But now there are a lot of computing devices. Even your digital camera is now a computer. It's a microcomputer. Even your smartphone is a computer now. So there are a lot of computers with this single board computing concept. I hope you can remember there's a concept called single board computing, single board computers. So sometimes you may heard of this Raspberry, Arduino. So one board here, all these are single board computers. So these computers are having input devices, output devices. So it can also get inputs, produce outputs, and can process and memorize, having storage. So that is a computer. But it is not the traditional computer that we see with a monitor, keyboard, mouse. No. Some computers allow you to connect keyboard, mouse, and all, especially this Raspberry Pi. But Arduino, so it's having basic inputs and outputs, and a processor, memory, those things. So that is the concept. So these, if you connect one of these single board, that is also considered as a computer. So why you think, why these single board computers? Where these single board computers are used? Senali, what do you think? Where these single board computers are used? Yes? Any idea? Single board computers, where these are used? Any idea? Okay. Seems you're silent. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So these these single board computers are used in smart devices. Do you know the smart? You can see smart smart watch. Smart watch is a traditional watch with these network internet connection. So connectable watch. So having a lot of facilities. And let's say smart TV is a traditional TV with the internet and network connection. A smart TV, you can get many services through that. And let's say smart smart mirror, a traditional mirror with smart services, internet connected or network connected, which is having more services. That is smart mirror. Okay, these devices are using small computers to enable this. These devices are using small computers to enable its service. So the world's smallest single board computer, this is the smallest computer in the world. It is even smaller than a rice grain. You can see this is grain of rice, right? Grain of rice, and this is the computer. It is smaller than grain of rice. So think about how micro level these computers are. This computer also having the memory, processor, input-output capabilities. All these things are there. Therefore, that's why I added this term. It is two or more computers or computing devices. It can be any smart device too. Then another important point, wired or wireless media. The media can be wired or wireless. So this point, this note is a summary, but you can use this to answer many questions. Sorry, this note is a summary, but still you can use this to answer many questions. Why? Because so wired or wireless media. So another name is wired guided, or wireless means unguided. Two or more computers connected using guided, unguided media. Okay, the next thing is why networks? So the next thing is, why do you need networks? So the simplest thing, all right. Senali, you didn't come last day, right? Sorry, Netuli. Netuli?
Yes, sir.
Why you missed the lessons? So I think we have
The power cut.
power cut. Okay, try to manage it, right? These days, you know, it is regular, no? So even I will get that on and off, right? Try to manage it with your mobile if you can. Like, I know it's inconvenient, that is the nature, but try to manage it anyhow, right? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. Then two or more computers connected using guided or unguided media. Guided media means wire. Unguided means wireless. Right? Guided means wires. Unguided means wireless. So for the purpose of resource sharing and communication. Two reasons why you are connecting these computers: for the purpose of resource sharing and communication. So these are the purposes. So if anyone asks this definition, you need to write down this. So what is network? A computer, two or more interconnected computers or computing devices using wired wireless media for the purpose of resource sharing and communication. So what is resource sharing? Resource sharing. So very simple. Let's say you have a friend, right? And you need to talk with the friend. So one thing is why you are talking, to tell something, to communicate. Right? If two students are talking, the reason can be to tell something. The second reason can be to borrow something. No, maybe can I get you a book? Can I have your note? Can I get the pen? To borrow something. So that is sharing resources. Okay, please write down this. What is network? Please write down the definition quickly. If you have the definition, no need to write down again. Right. Remember these points. What is network? Network එකක අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම තියෙන්න ඕන. There should be two or more computers. Right. Then, so it need to be connected using guided, unguided, or wired or wireless media. Purpose of resource sharing and communication. Think about yourself. Nothing special, right? Think about yourself. You and your friend talk with each other. Why? If you and your friend talking with each other, one reason can be you need to borrow something, you need to share resource. Let's say sometimes you are requesting a note, sometimes you are writing, sometimes you want to share your pen, share your story, or share your bag, share your lunch, something like that. The second reason is when you want to, the reason number two, when you want to tell something or communicate something. That is the second reason why you communicate. Finished writing, I hope you are done, right? Actually, even though I mentioned this as a homework, no need to do this as a homework, I was just telling So this is no need to do this as a homework. Let's go through these terminologies, and I'll explain each and every terminology. So quickly, you can also assist me, help me if you know any additional things, right? Okay, shall we expedite this? And what I can do is I can share you the PDF. I can share you the note where you can download and open it using your computer, right? So that will be convenient. If any additional things, then you can write down. Then we can speed up. So if you have any additional thing, then you can write down that in the book itself, right? Okay, here I'm attaching the note. Wait, all right. Let me quickly attach the note. You can download then, open that in your local computer. So in case if you have signal issue, this can help you, right? Okay, I have sent you the note in the chat. You can download it. Okay, let's start now. So then I would like to discuss little brief. These things you will get some questions, minor questions in these areas. History of the internet. History of the internet, like it is that PDF you can download from the Situm. Can't you find the PDF? I have sent it to the chat. Chat එකට මම මෙව්වා. ආවේ නැද්ද? You can download it. You can download the PDF. If not, please tell me, I can resend, right? Okay. Then the history of the internet. Actually, before that, you need to know what is internet, right? Internet is, you can write internet is the world's largest public wide area network, right? So that I have to explain before going to the internet. Internet is the world's largest public wide area network. So no other large network other than the internet. It is the largest. It belongs to public. Okay, I'll send it to the, yeah, I'll send it to that number. So it is in the Zoom chat. I sent the note to the Zoom chat. Zoom chat. So if not, I'll resend it, but in case if you miss, here's it again. I think you got it right. Okay. Internet is the world's Internet is the world's largest, and it is public, owned by everyone. So that is why in the Russian and Ukraine war, so no one cannot stop internet. They can stop the service. Maybe they can ban Facebook. They can stop Twitter. But the thing is, they cannot stop internet. Internet belongs to everyone. It's public, and it is wide area network. Wide area network means a WAN. It's a network within different geographical areas. Network spread within different geographical area. We call it wide area network. And it is also known as a network of networks, a giant network of networks. It is the platform actually. It provides the infrastructure or platform. In Sinhala, we can call Yatitala Pahasukam. So road, for an example, road is a platform and bus is a service. Road is a platform and car is a service. Road is a platform and truck is a service. So similar to that, internet is the platform, or internet is the infrastructure, and World Wide Web, email, these are some services. So there are many other services. So mainly World Wide Web and email are main services of the internet. Okay, so that is about internet. And so when internet started, when it began, do you know exact time, exact period? Anyone? Yes, when internet began, when internet started, which time, which period? What do you think? It is in the Second World War time. Yes, it is in the Second World War. Devana Loka Yuddha Kale. It's in the Second World War time. So that is the time where internet was started, right? It's the Second World War time. So actually it was introduced to communicate in the war period. The idea was idea was in this wartime, people need a better way of communication. There were traditional telegram system, traditional telephone system, but people need more reliable, secure way for communicating. Therefore, they were researching about the internet. The first form of the internet is called ARPANET, or sometimes called DARPANET even. ARPANET, sometimes DARPANET. Additional things you can write down, as I said, right? DARPANET. The meaning of ARPANET or DARPANET is Defense Advanced Research Project Agency Network. 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 So that is why DARPA. ARPA means Advanced Research Project Agency Network. So that is the first format of the internet in 1946, that time, right? So history goes to 1946, 1940s actually. So that was the research period. And NSF net means National Science Foundation net. So this is also actually, this is here you can see, this is NSF net, is 1991 National Science Foundation network. So you can see mainly connected few areas, right? Mainly connected USA, only few areas, right? And the ARPANET is this Advanced Research Project Agency Network. You can see it's only connecting 3 or 4 sites, but later with the evolvement and with the with this NSF net, National Science Foundation net, so So you can see, remember the map, ARPANET, it connects here, only few points, but NSFNet, you can see it's connecting more points. So both these actually contributed to development of the internet. Both of these contributed to the development of the internet. Okay, then comes the web. Are they same or different? Internet and web, are they same or different? Come on, guys. I repeat the question. Internet and World Wide Web, are they same or different? Different. What is the difference?
World Wide Web is a service of the internet.
Yes, World Wide Web is a service of the internet. It's like a bus and road. Road is the internet and bus is World Wide Web. So bigger one is the internet. Internet is the infrastructure and World Wide Web is on their service. When web was introduced and by whom? Do you know the history? When web was introduced and by whom? You can see internet began 1940s, evolved slowly by 1991. It is like NSFNet, NFSNet, and this ARPANET, all these things together created some wide network. So it was a little wider in 1990s, 1980s and 90s. It became wider, but was not really popular. In 1993, so you can see it's not, so it's around only few years, right? Only 30 years. In 1993, web was introduced, and the first website is this. First web page. So this was the first web page. Actually, it was CLI, Command Line Interface website. Yes, by Tim Berners-Lee, correct. So it was done by Tim Berners-Lee. He's the father of web. He's still living, right? He's still living. He's the father of web, and this is the first form of web that was available. It was basically CERN. We call CERN, right? CERN. Still, you can browse that. I think CERN is the address. CERN. Yeah, info.cern.ch. And this is it. I'm sending you the link if you want to visit. This is what Tim Berners-Lee developed. Actually, it was accessed using command line, right? Command line එකෙන් තමයි access කරේ. අර DOS වගේ තියෙන කළු සුදු screen එකේ මේ වගේ තමයි ඉස්සර internet access කරේ. මේ වගේ screen එක. So no graphics were there if you wanted to access internet. So you just call the web page and the web page is loaded. So you have to call the web page, right? You have to write a command and call the web page. Then the web page is loaded in your command prompt with text. But later with the GUI 1996, Windows 95, 96 came, actually 96 came. And at that time, then only this GUI web was really popular. But Windows 3.1 also kind of old operating system, but was not much popular. Windows 95 was a popular OS. So then Windows 98 was a popular OS. With that, the involvement of web was really massive. Web was not a popular service when it was introduced by Tim Berners-Lee initially. People even said, so web will not, some giants in the industry said that web will not be famous. But if you analyze today, everything is web. Right? If you analyze today, everything is web. Actually, Tim Berners-Lee here info.cern.ch is his website. So Tim Berners-Lee, if you just search about him, he actually started another organization. So here you can see he's only 66 years old. He has started another organization to handle this or govern the web. So that is called W3C. W3C. W3C is the place which controls web, the World Wide Web Consortium. Here, that is the standardization organization for World Wide Web. They are standardizing this World Wide Web. So it is also founded by Tim Berners-Lee in 1994, after he discovered web in 1993. Then he has introduced this W3C Corporation, World Wide Web, so W3C, World Wide Web Consortium, W3C. They are the people who set standards for web. But now all the service, almost all the service, you can access through websites. Okay, what is Web 1, Web 2, Web 3? Any idea? So father of web, we learned Tim Berners-Lee. Father Tim Berners-Lee. So he founded in 1993. Father of web. He is also the founder of W3C. World Wide Web Consortium. They set standards. They set standards for web. Web වලට standards හදන්න යාළුවා. Okay, next, tell me, what is Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3? Any idea about that? Web 1, Web 2, Web 3. These are versions actually. Yes. You can either send answers in chat, that doesn't matter. I can read it out. Several versions, yes, I know that. Yes, you also know that. Good. So what are the differences? Any differences in Web 1, Web 2, Web 3? Okay, so if you don't know the difference, Web 1 was static. Static means it's like a newspaper, right? Once printed, it is not changing. It's like a newspaper, just for reading purpose. Just for reading purpose. And it's like a newspaper. So once printed, the content will never change. So the printed content will be there. And Web 2 was dynamic. Dynamic means adjusting based on the user feedback or user inputs. If you want to show it, so let's say this is Google now. You can see this is Google website. But if I type my name, Dasun Nilanjana in Google, you can see Google is adjusting according to me. Then this is also a web page. No? Web page. Make a man illapu de hinda just switch. And if I go to images, this is also a web page. It is also adjusted according to my request, my instructions. right? So that is the name. So if you search Senali Karuna Ratna, it's Sona, not Sonali, Senali. So it's adjusting, right? Adjusting according to that request. That is called dynamic. So Web 2 was dynamic and interactive. You can interact with the web pages. Unlike newspapers, it's changing. Web 3 is customizable and helps web applications or facilitate or provide web applications. That is Web 3. So means if you don't have a software, okay, let's say I need Photoshop, but I don't have, it is installed in my machine. I can still visit a website called Photofia. So that is similar to Photoshop. You can see this is a software, but this software is a web-based software. If I try to open something, let's say I'll take a new file, create, and you can see so see the interface, it looks like Photoshop. If you're familiar with Photoshop interface, this is it. And if you, so let's say you don't have Word or PowerPoint, let's say you don't have Excel, you can visit sheets.google.com. Sheets.google.com. And you can see this looks like Excel. And also you can perform functions related to Excel. Let's say, let's try to autofill Jan. And if I try to autofill, you can see it's autofilling. If I try to do some calculations, if I want to add them, B1 plus, so it's similar to Excel. It's similar to Excel. You can take drafts, charts, colors, formatting, right? So this is there in the Web 3. It's about applications, apps. That is Web 3. Not just interactive, it helps us doing some tasks. Help us doing tasks. So that is Web 3. Okay, now we learn about 3 versions. Web 1 was static, Web 2 was dynamic. Web 2, Web 3 both are dynamic, right? But actually Web 3 is more advanced than dynamic Web 2. Okay, then important points. So HTML is a markup language. Markup language. So markup language is like makeup, right? So don't write it, but anyway, remember. So maybe you can write it in pencil. It's like makeup. Makeup can decorate existing things. Makeup can decorate existing, but it cannot create anything new. It can decorate existing things. That is markup, right? HTML means hypertext markup language. And SGML is the father of HTML. That is standard generalized markup language. It is father of HTML. It is how HTML began. Actually, SGML was the basic. SGML can markup. We will learn about markup languages, how these markup languages are working. Then came actually HTML we discussed. From SGML, HTML was created. And there was another one, XML, which means extensible markup language. So it is a language with more rules. Standard, more rules, customizable. It is standard and more rules and customizable, but HTML was, it's not having that much of rules. It's very simple. It was not having any specific rules. So let's say you can, for an example, you can write codes in capital or simple, doesn't matter. If you start with capital, you can end with simple, doesn't matter. You can either take put quotations to the attributes, or you can ignore, that doesn't matter. You can introduce your own tag, that doesn't matter. So that is HTML, no rules. But what has happened when this HTML was introduced? Initially, what has happened, these browsers, web browsers, you know, Internet Explorer, earlier web browsers, Internet Explorer, Netscape Navigator. So basically now you have a lot of web browsers, Firefox, Google Chrome, Opera, Safari. Those are also web browsers. Earlier days also, there were some web browsers. These browsers were fighting with each other. Just go and search. There is something called browser war. So the special point, there was something called, still there, that is there, browser war.